It's time to talk about Peanuts once again. I mentioned it before in my past videos, like the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and the Halloween video I recently did, and I did a review of the Christmas special. But today, I'm reviewing the Peanuts movie that came out in 2015. It turned 10 years old this year. And before anyone asks, this is actually not the first Peanuts movie they ever did. They did made 4 Peanuts feature films from late 1969 and up until 1980. At the end of the review, I'll explain what took so long for a Peanuts movie after so many years. But for now, let's get to the review of the Peanuts movie. The story of the movie is about as basic as you would get. Charlie Brown always tries his best against seemingly impossible odds. The rest of the kids see that a new kid moving in the neighborhood, the little red-haired girl, in which Charlie Brown immediately gets a crush on. Meanwhile, his dog Snoopy embarks on a small adventure, hints that he's a flying ace. But yeah, as you know, I am a Peanuts fan. I read some of the comic strips a little bit as a kid, but the TV specials are easily the standout ones. I do acknowledge not only is it brilliant, but it's important. In fact, a video made by Terrific Tyreek that goes through a lot of the Peanuts specials and talks in much better details of why they're important and they are fun to listen to. Link of the video playlist is in the description. Anyways, what do I think of the movie after 10 years? It's still as good as I remember. It hasn't changed from the first time I watched it to my latest rewatch. The first thing I will give the film credit that it does not try to have a story, even though it has a story where Charlie Brown wants to talk to this girl, but the rest of it kind of works, like a slice of life movie. And if you know, I can handle these stories, like A Christmas Story or The Sandlot or one of those films. Those are moments that you remember growing up and maybe you can relate to. The animation style is really good. It's made by Blue Sky Studios, the same company that worked on Ice Age and a few others, in which I'll talk about them later. But yeah, the animation is probably the standout out of the movie. Like, they know how to combine the 2D drawings on the characters' faces into 3D animation. It looks great. The characters are very likable. You know how the Peanut characters are. The creator's storytelling to focus on philosophical and emotional world of children. We know Charlie Brown is a blockhead because he never seems to catch a break. Linus is capable of experiencing deep emotions, which is part of his complex nature. And Lucy is a nature leader towards the others. But yeah, no changes on them, but they're still likable in their own way. I don't even like they use new voices for the characters, though I did not know who voiced Charlie Brown until years later I looked it up. And it was Noah Schnapp, the one that played Will Byers from Stranger Things. Like, holy smokes. He did act in a drama movie the same year, Bridge of Spies. And the original actor that voiced Snoopy and Woodstock, they used archived recordings since he passed away years before the movie. But yeah, that's about it of the characters. There are some great details and references to other Peanut specials, and I love that. During the flying sequence of Snoopy and the Red Baron, they don't really show the bottom of the doghouse, which I think that's a smart move to not see it. But okay, I did say the Peanuts movie is a good movie. What are my criticisms? Well, I'd like to see more weight to this movie, like being more deeper and more emotional, but I totally get it that it's upbeat to the movie. The backgrounds on the animation are way too safe. Not bad at all, but they do look like other animated films. Peanut specials would experience background animation, but with different techniques and watercolors. One nitpick is the pop songs. Don't get me wrong, music plays a big part in Peanuts, especially the score. For me, the songs seem dated and out of place. The ending is one of the more bigger nitpicks. I find it too safe at times. I won't reveal the details, but when Charlie Brown talks to his little red-haired girl, the dialogue on her just seems phony. I don't know if it just feels like something from a Blue Sky Studios movie. I get the whole ending being happy, but I would like to go reality, like Charlie Brown wake up from a dream or something. But yeah, that's the only thing that did hurt the movie for being a great one. But hey, it's still good, and I do recommend it for any Peanuts fans or animation fans or any simplistic type movies. And another thing, I'm gonna sound nuts, but it's probably my favorite out of the Blue Sky Studios movies, even more than the first Ice Age movie. I know Blue Sky Studios are the most underrated studios when it comes to their anime movies, and they closed down years ago, but I'm impressed to see they worked on the Peanuts movie. Now, since I'm done with the review, you may wonder what took so long for a Peanuts movie after a 35 years gap. The last Peanuts movie prior to this was Bon Voyage Charlie Brown from 1980, and after that, they haven't done one was primarily due to focus on quality control and creative integrity. By 2000, creator Charles Schultz passed away, and it was time to do one. Development began in 2006 when the son of Charles Schultz pitched the idea. Blue Sky Studios announced in 2012, and the teaser trailer dropped. I will admit, it did look cool with the animation and making a Peanuts movie that they haven't done in years. And just announced a couple of years, they are working on a new Peanuts movie and could be released exclusively on Apple TV+. And the reason why is because Apple required the streaming rights to make Peanuts content. Plus, Peanuts movie is owned by 20th Century Fox, and they put it on Disney Plus streaming. Then they also put it on HBO Max, which it's all over the place on streaming platforms. But yeah, I am quite impressed that they finally got the Peanuts movie, and it was still a pretty good film. I'm sure it has a significant following based on the comic strip. That was all for my review of the Peanuts movie. Next video will be another animated film that has an anniversary, but even more better. I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!